So the last time I looked at AVAX, I was looking at this break-in market structure here, where I'd put in this higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we had broken that last higher low. And at that time we were up here potentially putting in a lower high to begin a downtrend on this 12-hour structure. And since then we have come down and lost the point of control of this range, and we are actually approaching this key level that I was looking at, the golden pocket and the value area low, also a very key support resistance flip, which it's very interesting how quickly we're approaching this. I was kind of speculating that since that level had so many similarities to the key levels inside of Bitcoin's larger range, basically I was targeting the golden pocket confluence with the value area low on Bitcoin as well, and with some other altcoins. There's a lot of similarities. Pretty much they all have this area of inefficient price action and a key support resistance flip around the value area low and golden pocket. But AVAX is approaching that level a lot quicker than Bitcoin is. And I mean, you can see that Bitcoin right now is only down about 11%, maybe 12% from its highs. And in order to get to that, key area, it'd be about a 25% drop from those highs. And AVAX has pretty much already gotten that 25% drop from those highs. Now, AVAX is in a slightly different position than Bitcoin because AVAX has broken this 12-hour market structure. It is, technically in a downtrend right now, but Bitcoin did not. We are still in an uptrend here until we break these last significant lows. We are still technically in an uptrend here, and we have the potential to put in a higher low somewhere and maybe then, a higher high. So since AVAX is so close to this key level, given the circumstances and where Bitcoin is at as well, there are a few scenarios I'm looking at. And number one would be that we, see a move down to this key level. We retest this value area low, key support resistance flip where we had, very nice wicks off this level previously. And that would be, about a 10% move to the downside from current prices. And maybe Bitcoin can see a move to the downside and maybe still put in a higher low, or maybe we come down and SFP these lows, which you could say if we SFP these lows, we would then be targeting these highs. That's the way some people look at it. And since AVAX has been moving faster than Bitcoin, at least percentage-wise, it's had a 25% drop, whereas Bitcoin only had like a 12% drop. Maybe if AVAX drops like 10% and Bitcoin only drops like 5%, we may see these two instances line up at the same time, where Bitcoin either comes down to this key level or to some of these wicks for potential swing failure patterns as AVAX is approaching that value area low. And then if Bitcoin starts bouncing from there, we may see AVAX get a significant bounce off that level. But, really it does depend on what Bitcoin is doing. If Bitcoin is going to lose that low and we're going to start a downtrend for Bitcoin, then I think it's very likely we will lose this value area low and then, at some point probably come down and take out the lows. Potentially go on to put in lower lows. Maybe we SFP the lows. Maybe we see another large drop here. But I have been saying that I think it is very likely that Bitcoin does end up going for the highs again before we start this retracement. At least that's what I was thinking before we got this dump on Thursday or whatever day it was. I don't even remember. I was looking at us maybe coming back up into this range and going for the highs, but then Asia absolutely dumped us down on Thursday. And since then, we've really been doing nothing for Bitcoin. We've just been ranging down here. So it's hard to say what's going to happen with Bitcoin, but I would find it very interesting if we could get a move down to this key area for AVAX and maybe see Bitcoin put in a higher low, maybe start to look a little bullish. That could make for a decent trade here on AVAX. I like the golden pocket here, but I really would like to see a test off this value area low, just considering the near perfect taps of support and resistance we've had on this level. And overall for AVAX, that value area low is very key. We do have that 786 and previous range point of control below there, but I have a feeling that if we're going to lose this value area low and make our way back into this range that we traded in down here, there's a good chance that we may end up coming down for the lows. You know, this was like a nice deviation of the range. We got back into it. So, you know, if you're bullish on AVAX, you would really like to see it hold this value area low. Not saying that we can't lose it, bounce off this level, and then come back in the range, but it would look a lot nicer if we held this value area low as support now. And yeah, you know, if Bitcoin is putting in a higher low, if things are looking bullish as we test off this, I mean, depending on, you know, your entry and all that, you could get a nice risk reward just targeting the point of control. And then, you know, maybe we could see this thing run. You know, there's still the potential that Bitcoin eventually breaks out of the range to the upside. In that case, you know, alts would be ripping as well. And I mean, we are in a downtrend right now for AVAX. It would be very tough to, you know, look for a break in market structure here because we'd have to come all the way up to this high. But if we start retracing to the upside a little bit, put in another lower high, that could, you know, make it a little bit easier for market structure. You know, maybe we look to put in a lower high at this point of control, support resistance, flip there, and then, you know, we could look for a break in market structure like that. You know, I'm really just brainstorming here. Mainly it depends on what Bitcoin is doing. So, you know, I'm looking at this scenario, assuming that Bitcoin is going to be bullish and it's not going to break that last swing low. But if it does, I think it is a completely different story. And, you know, I gotta say, I am a little salty that I did not trust my TA here, that I didn't take this trade off of this NDPOC, because this ended up, you know, being the swing top. This ended up being a great move here. So, you know, for those people that did short this NDPOC, congratulations on that. I was personally looking for an SFP into that golden pocket, but, you know, I ended up missing the train on that one. But now I got alerts set down below, so if we see a move down into this zone, I'll check AVAX, I'll check Bitcoin, and we'll take it from there. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Really appreciate the support, and I'll see you all in my next one.